This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Well, today I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do as far as doing some of these things from Warhammer Quest. Now, I've narrowed it down to 3 because I can proxy some of the stuff. I need a couple things here or there, but it's Carnival of Carnage because you have the blue horrors. We got a couple ogres. We've got some fiends from Slaanesh. All this cool stuff that I can use from the Silver Tower set, which is really kind of cool. As I look through here, I can kind of try to figure out what I want to do here. And then also I was looking at Caverns of Slaughter. I mean, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? This one here is pretty much Beastmen. Now, the only problem with that is I would have to put some additional Beastmen together to kind of supplement everything. And I have some from Frosthaven that I never used, but I'm willing to kind of get them put together so we can kind of try to figure that out. But the one I'm really leaning towards, and I think this is where we're going to start, and we're going to go down and take a look at this, is Castle of Darkness, because it's going to take me minimal to kind of get this going. And while I'm going to use all 3, I think I'm going to start working on the Beastmen and some of the other things that I have here. I do have enough of this that I can play this through. We're going to go down, we're going to go take a look, and we're going to pick a scenario. And I'm going to show you what I'm using, what I'm doing to fulfill this and get this going so we can play this. And I think it'll be a really fun thing to do. But I think out of the 3 of them, I think we're going to start, and these are all by Little Monk. These are his supplements, so I'm really excited about it. And how you go about it is really, really, really cool, and a lot of fun. So we're going to go down, we're going to take a look at this supplement, and I'm going to show you some of the figures that I'll supplement, or I don't even have to supplement, but put in there to kind of get this thing going, because we all need ogres in our life, right? And minotaurs and things like that, because, hey, that's a pretty good start to a day. That's for doggone sure. So let's go down to the table. We'll take a look at this, and then I'll come back and we'll talk more about it. So here we have this bad boy, and I think this is the one that I'm going to go with first. I think it just it's a neat little thing. So let me just kind of show you what you're going to need. I got a mummy. I got werewolves. I got to finish painting the vampire. I'll show you in a minute. Monster I can proxy. I have the board sections. You can get these from Little Monk. These are fantastic. This room is really important here, so we're going to work those cards in, which I'm going to show you the cards for you in a minute. This is really, really, really glorious. You're going to need these blood count 6 vampire counters, which will be explained later on in the adventure book and whatnot. And it explains your different rooms, your spider nest, your storage center, and you're going to have this junction hall, and of course the vampire's lair, which does different things in different scenarios. So here's the monsters that you can try to find if you want, so you have that complete feel of it. It's going to give you a background of the town and the village, and you can play this where you can actually add in, which would be kind of neat, which I think is traveling hazards, trying to get to there first, okay? And then when you go to the settlement, some of the bad things that'll happen to you, you can use some of these settlement things that'll happen along the way, okay, in your village, in your town. All right, so that's going to do that. explains each horror that you're going to have to face. This vampire is nasty. He does 1 attacks. He's got a toughness of 4, strength of 6, which is ridiculous. He's +4 on the ballistic, and his weapon skill is 6, which is ridiculous. And he moves 6, and he has 13 wounds. Yeah, good luck with that. That ain't going to be easy. Make sure you find some stuff. He has necromantic magic, which will show you. There are special cards for that. There's special cards for this scenario. The mummy, who's just filthy, he's got about 25 wounds, so he's nasty. The monster has 10. Wolfman, a little bit easier to deal with at 5. And then the werewolf at 10. Okay, all right. Yeah, a great werewolf, 15 wounds. Yeah, we don't want to run into these. This is going to be a monster objective table that you're going to roll on. So you're going to need some dire wolves. You're going to need some skeleton archers and some ghouls. And you're going to see anywhere that you roll there, that's what you're going to roll into for these adventures. So these adventures, the way that it's going to work, and I think I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to do, was particularly Escape the Castle. As you can see, it's going to explain the vampire lair. Okay, 1 lair, but there's 2 areas to the lair. So you got to make sure that you know that. Okay, because there's a hidden wall here, which is just brilliant. And how that's going to come off, and the spider's nest, which is going to come into play. But this one's kind of interesting because the setup is remove all the T-junctions. So there's going to be no T-junctions. And the cellar room when preparing the dungeon deck. So you're going to have a certain deck that's going to go pretty much kind of go straight through. The warriors begin the adventure on the storage cellar board. Place the warriors anywhere on the board. Then place the 2 doorways dividing the dungeon deck. As usual, roll 1d6 for the power phase, and then hey, you're off and running pretty much. And then you, regardless of the result, draw 1 event card, which is nice, and play continues as normal. The Vampire's Lair objective room does not become the Vampire's room. If the warriors turn over the Vampire Lair card, objective room dungeon card during the exploration phase, and an unforeseen force pulls them inside against their will, place the warriors on any of the unoccupied squares of their choice in the study, and then roll 1d6 for the power phase. If the power phase is a 1, do not draw an event card. As normal, roll on the Vampire objective room monster table, which is right there. Like we said, you got to make sure that you have those particular figures ready for that. Okay, then you're going to go and you're going to mess with those guys, try to take them out, and then they may plunder, where each warrior finds 1 item of the dungeon room treasure or 1d6 gold. So you kind of are trying to build yourself up because you're trying to get out of the castle. You go in here and you go, okay, what's up? We're supposed to look for something. The way this is set up, having been hired to guard a wagon delivering food and supplies the sick and poor of the community in Slovenia, the warriors find themselves in a bit of a bind. The community turned out to be an old fortress. The sick and the poor turned out to be shadowy figures lurking in the darkness, and the large doors at the entrance have just slammed shut behind the warriors. So they are trying to get out of here, okay? And then you're going to finish that adventure, but hold on, there's more things that you're going to do. You are going to move on and here destroy the laboratory, okay? You could be hired to go back and kind of take out the laboratory. There's something going on up there. And they said, well, you guys survived that, so how about this? And then you got the monstrosity on the loose, blood for power, and they're fearsome foursome, which you would face all 4 of these. Forget that. Forget that. Make sure that you're higher level for that one. And then a hairy situation, which would be pretty interesting, and then you can kind of finish out the adventure here. Really, really interesting. And it kind of opens up and leaves it open-ended so you can do anything that you want. Now, considering what I have, from the Cursed City here, I've got some of these fell bats, so I can use them. And then I have, you know, rat swarms, which would be, I think, kind of cool to add in there. Okay. I brought out my skeletons because I got tons of skeletons. Okay, and for this you're going to need skeletons and skeleton archers. So as long as we have skeletons, that's all that matters. And we're going to use those guys. Okay, can also use some of the guys from Hero Quest if you wanted to. It also calls for vampires, wolves, and ghouls. Well, I just happen to have a whole thing of vampires and ghouls. You know, here's some werewolves. Okay, I have this unfinished woman vampire, which I can finish up for this particular scenario. I also have to glue her too, which would be kind of nice. Where did she drop into? Oh, she dropped over here. That's no big deal. And I have, where's the dude? Oh, there he is. There he is. I've got the old dude, vampire lord. So, I mean, these are old, but I've never finished and painted those up. I've got tons of different ghouls that I can use. So we've got that covered, okay? All right, if I wanted to do the other thing, you know, I've got so much of this. This is my Warhammer Quest box. And then, you know, you decide who you want to go with. Do I want to go with, I got 2 different dwarves because I have 2 sets. So I have a bunch of stuff that's painted. I could do this. Boy, that Beast Man one wouldn't be too bad, though. That would not be too bad. I got my priest that I think I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna roll with my priest. I think that's a good idea. What else do I got here? My boy, the barbarian. Okay, we got to go with him. Got all kinds of orcs and stuff on this side. Here's our mummy. We're going to need him. So we've got him available. Yeah, we got to go with the Chaos Warrior. Whoa, whoa, dude. Stop flying around here. So I'm going to go with my Chaos Warrior instead of the Barbarian. Okay. And then I'll go Wizard and, yeah, Archer Elf. I've got 2 of them painted. I actually have I got extra bats. I got spiders because we're going to need spiders in this. Matter of fact, I've got some other spiders that I painted that I should probably break out for this. There we go. All right, so really enough stuff to kind of get going here with this. And I have a whole nother set of Warhammer Quest dudes. And the neat thing about it is when you have this, whoops, let me turn it around. All right. I got to start sleeving all these. So what you're going to do is for that particular thing, if I have it all separated here, which I should, there are certain cards. There's event cards. There's this dungeon cards, and you want to keep it. All right, this is the Hall of the Hag Queen. Realm of Savages. I don't think I broke out all the stuff. Here's all our different spells. Here's the main set. Yep, I didn't break it out. I didn't break it out yet, so I've got to separate it. It's in here, and I'm still working on all this. Okay, so the lair of the Oracle Lord and all that stuff is in here with the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to break that open, and then I'll have all the cards to kind of get this going. And as you see, get yourself a nice card box, sleeve everything up in the dividers, and keep all your stuff good and safe for future playing. Okay, Castle of Darkness. I mean, really, game on. I can't wait. Like I said, I was looking at the other ones, and I could do the other ones, but I think I'm going to start here and just kind of keep things simple, and we'll have a lot of fun with it. And hey, you can't go wrong there, can you? And that is for doggone sure, because I don't think you can lose on this any way that you look at it. Castle of Darkness, Warhammer Quest, we're going to be getting that fired up real soon. And I think we're going to start with Escape from the Castle, because it'll be a good way for some of you that have never played this game to get a feel for it and understand why this is the greatest dungeon crawl of all time. Let's head on up. I'll give you my final thoughts, and then we will get on out of here. First of all these supplements are ridiculous. Just hats off to my boy Little Monk. This one here I really like. I think we're going to try, after taking a look at it and scratching my head a little bit, I think we're going to go with Escape the Castle. I think that's kind of neat and how it's going to play out for us. It's a good starting point. It'll make us, it'll be a random situation who we'll end up facing, and then we get to roll on that monster chart, which is not an easy thing to do. So I think it's kind of fun, especially with these types of monsters that you can do certain things with. As you saw, I've got to fix up my vampires a little bit. We got all the bats in the world. I got rats until my head explodes, if I needed them. The Frankenstein monster I can proxy. That's not a big deal. The werewolves I've got figured out. And of course, the mummy, I've got mummies. So really interesting how this will play out. And I think you take a different turn with this. Instead of going with the barbarian and the dwarf, you pull them out. And I would put the priest in, and I'm going to put in the chaos warrior, because this is kind of chaotic. So I think those with a wizard and of course our elf will mesh very weirdly. I'm almost tempted to put in the witch hunter, which wouldn't be too bad. A really spooky type of, kind of really building the theme of this. So a lot of fun ahead of us. As you saw, what I've got planned, what we're doing. God, I love this game. Greatest game ever. Greatest game ever. So Castle of Darkness, we got a nice look at it. We're going to be playing it. We've got the figures ready for it. We're just going to make a few tweaks. And next week, you'll see, I think I'm going to do a tape playthrough. Why not? Why not? Or I'll do it live on Wednesday. Either one, you'll see it either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday of next week, depending on what we got coming out. I'm just too anxious to play all this, and let's get it going. You know what I mean? Let's go. All right, that's what it's all about. So until next time, for your old pal, make sure that you support my boy Little Monk. My brother to take good care of you. Just go to his Patreon. You'll find the links in the bottom here. Okay, all this stuff, keeping this game, keeping everybody, and keeping Warhammer Quest in everybody's hearts. That's all he cares about. And he's doing a phenomenal job with one of the greatest games ever made. So until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.